Hey there guys, so this is a review of the Dell Inspiron 177737. Hey there guys, so to start out, let's just talk about some of the physical aspects about this laptop. To start out, you can see it's like an aluminum finish. It's not really a finish, it's actually just aluminum. I would say it's fingerprint proof, as I've used it for a good week and a half. No fingerprints show up whatsoever, ever. So yeah, that is pretty neat. So it has a height of 1.1 inches. That is if you are buying the touch model, otherwise it's 1 inch. If you are metric, it is 27.7 millimeters, or 25.4 millimeters for the non-touch model. It has a width of 16.24 inches, or 412 millimeters, and it has a depth of 10.61 inches, or 269.4 millimeters. So now that we have that out of the way, let's just look at some of what it offers on the sides and the front and how it looks and feels, right? We all want to know that. So on the left side of the laptop, we have the power input. We have the HDMI out. An Ethernet port right there. That's the Ethernet port. It opens up, so it gives that slimness on the bottom. It has two USB 3 ports. Always on, I think. Yes, always on USB 3s. It has an SSD and a headphone jack. It only has one headphone jack, so if you have those 2-pin connector type things, you are kind of out of luck. But nowadays, most laptops just have one USB headphone jack. Sorry. On the right side of a laptop, it's fairly heavy, so yeah, that's why I'm operating kind of like awkwardly. On the right side, it has two USB 3s, a DVD drive, and a laptop lock. And in the front, it just has two LED indicators. I'm not sure if you can see it. It has two LED indicators to show you if the battery is charging or if the battery is low. That's about it. It comes shipped with the charger, the laptop, and just a couple of manuals, which I don't have right now because I kind of threw them out, sorry. Yeah, so that's just the sides of the laptop. On the bottom, it just has the heatsink, and it has the legs of the laptop to stop it from overheating. And another really neat aspect of this laptop is that its heating or cooling pads are in between the screen and the laptop body. They're kind of wedged inside there. I can't show them to you because actually I can't really see it too well. Let's just see what I can do, make it better. So, I'm not sure if you can see it, it's pretty dark. So they're basically kind of wedged in there. You can kind of see the outline of them. So yeah, that is where they sit. And so let's talk about some of the internal aspects about the laptop. So if you're just looking at the laptop from the inside, it has a really nice mouse pad over here. It's not slippery or anything like that. Also fingerprint proof. It has the same aluminum finish going on over here. So the keyboard is fairly good. I just find the enter key is a bit too small. So let's just see. You can see there, like, the enter key is pretty tiny. That's the enter key right there. It's quite tiny. You end up pressing lots of other stuff there. But they could have kind of squeezed it in if they made this keypad arrow thingies a bit smaller. I don't know what they're called. I think they're just called arrow keys. Yeah, if they made the arrow keys a bit smaller. Sorry if it's a bit out of focus. The keyboard is backlit. The backlit is decent enough. It's not the best one out there because sometimes I can't see what I'm really typing in, even if it's quite dark. It's usually the screen which is lighting the keyboard up because all of them don't have a separate LED behind them. The keyboard is also, each key is made of aluminum, so it has that really premium look to it. It even has a premium feel to it, really. The screen is 17.3 inches, 10 finger touch thing, and the screen is really responsive. I was surprised how responsive it is. Oh, sorry about that. So the screen is, yeah, quite responsive, and it doesn't have the wobble factor. Like, you know, some of the touch screens nowadays, if you like tap them, they like wobble around for like 5 minutes, and like that. That happens usually. This doesn't have that issue. Like, it has a little bit, but honestly, it's really, really nicely done. Even it's the, what's this called? The hinge is really strong, and the screen is rather thick, as basically as thick as the laptop's body. So yeah, that is really good. It doesn't have the wobbling thing going on. So let's just talk about some of the internal specifications about the laptop. It has an Intel Core i7 4500U CPU. It's clocked at 1.8 GHz. It can turbo boost to 3 GHz, which is really fast. It is a medium i7 CPU. There are lower i7 CPUs. It's like in the mid-tier range of the CPU range. It has for graphics, it has a NVIDIA GeForce GT 750M. Just to sum it up, GT 750M is a partly gaming, I would like to say gaming GPU. It runs most games fairly decently. Like Battlefield 3, I can run it at 1080p. Medium settings, it runs at around 30 frames a second, which is pretty good. But nowadays, most people say, oh, that's old gen. Old gen, yeah, so. Yeah, it runs old gen really fast. As for Watch Dogs or newer games, I've tried Watch Dogs, it just doesn't play. On the lowest settings, at 720p, I get around 15 to 20 frames per second, which is horrible. It's just like a bunch of images going through, so that's unplayable. If you want a gaming rig, I suggest you don't buy this. Maybe my drivers or something is messed up, but it doesn't play too well. Other games like Skyrim or League or games like that, I can just max out. Anything older than 2 years, I can max out. I can play Battlefield 3 on maxed out too, but then I drop down to around 24 frames-ish a second. But that's really not too bad. I just prefer higher frames rates over graphics. It has 16 gigs of RAM, more than enough for everything. Video rendering, everything like that. Video rendering will work perfectly actually on this. This is more of a business laptop, I think, rather than a gaming or a student laptop, because, well, you could use it as a student laptop too, but it's pretty pricey for a student, and it's very bulky for a student too. This is more of that wow factor laptop. You might want to take it in there for like to impress people, like, oh, I'm a big businessman or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's the only use I would see for like this expensive machine. I got it for 1,600 in Canada. The prices may vary depending on where you're located and deals and stuff going on. So as of June 2nd, 2014, it is 1,600 at Best Buy with tax. So yeah, and that, oh, it's the speakers. The speakers are fairly weak. They aren't the best, they aren't the worst. For the price point, they're kind of like, you can't really present. Say you're in an office or something, you want to present to someone, and you don't have, let's say speakers don't work, you're going to have to buy external speakers, because this won't even go to like the first 3 desks. It's too quiet. The webcam also, same kind of issue. For the price you're paying, you're not really getting the high spec thing that you want. The color sometimes is usually overly saturated or overly dull, and it's kind of grainy. That's going on, but it's okay. It's kind of like a phone. It's kind of like an iPhone 4-ish, I would say. Yeah, an iPhone 4-ish front-facing camera. The mics are brilliant. People say that there's no noise behind me, even though there's like something going on, like let's say your mixer's running or something. They're like, well, we don't hear it. Noise cancelling is really good. It is running Windows 8 64-bit. So you're not going to have any problems about updating, or it's running the latest everything. Has the latest NVIDIA drivers, all that going on. And yeah, that kind of sums up my review. So if you liked it, like and subscribe. This is kind of, I'm just starting out right here, so yeah, if you like it, please hit the thumbs up. It really helps. Favorite if you want it. Subscribe. Check out my other videos if you want to see like a gaming laptop. I usually do like high performance laptops, so if you want to check it out, just check out my channel and you can see some of the latest gaming rigs coming out or already out right now. Alright, thanks for watching.